Since Matthew Santoros seems to be focusing on Twitch over YouTube, I'm going to continue with my version of the 50 Amazing Facts video style. However, due to copyright, I cannot bring back the Knowledge Whale. So instead, we're going with the Knowledge Quail. Chirp, chirp. One of the number animations in this video will be incorrect. Comment if you spot it, and I may pin your comment. Here's 50 amazing facts about YouTube. YouTube has become the second most visited website, seconded only by Google. YouTube has more than 1 billion users and more than 4 billion hours worth of videos watched every single month. There is an estimated 500 hours of video content that is uploaded to YouTube every single minute. With this many viewers on the platform, marketing has become a big part of YouTube's income, earning $34 billion in ad revenue alone between 2017 all the way through to 2019. But we'll talk later about YouTubers themselves taking their share of the cash. From the marketer's side of things, I know through experience that these ads have a good side, being able to target a specific audience, which I did after making a video about jacksucksatlife, which although he enjoyed my video, he did point out the potential bad side of ads, being able to target specific audiences like the elderly or kids with scammy advertising. YouTube has come under fire from this before with Copper, because ads were targeting children and they were fined $170 million after the FTC's investigation. It seems YouTube doesn't allow anyone under the age of 13 to have an account on YouTube. However, the FTC chairman Joe Simmons stated YouTube touted its popularity with children to prospective corporate clients. This wasn't the first time YouTube had problems with their advertisers. However, it was the advertisers that had a problem with the content that YouTube was promoting at the time. This era of YouTube was famously known as the Adpocalypse, which has happened twice from what I could find. Many people have blamed PewDiePie, but that's just not the case. Although he didn't help. It was more because of misinformation, hate speech, general violence, as well as other companies trying to benefit from the situation. YouTube tried to remedy the situation mainly with new rules, one of which being new channels on YouTube need to hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time before they can show ads on their channel so that they can be reviewed by an actual human. Which I agree with, anyone can start a new channel and do, well, anything with it. But what I don't agree with though, is now YouTube will actually run ads on those channels. I mean, it's their platform, they can do what they want, but doesn't it defeat the original objective here? The only difference is they're not giving the creator the share. Susan Wojcicki is the current CEO of YouTube, and currently her own YouTube channel hit 100,000 subscribers, which it has been pointed out, this means she probably has received a letter congratulating herself for receiving a silver play button. Susan became the CEO of YouTube in 2014 after convincing Google to acquire YouTube in the first place, supporting the purchase of YouTube for $1.65 billion back in 2006. Google purchased YouTube from the three people that originally created it: Steve Chen, Chad Hurley, and Drod Karam. They are all ex-PayPal employees and created YouTube on Valentine's Day in 2005. Drod actually has his own YouTube channel which has the first video to ever be uploaded to YouTube that is still around today, called Me at the Zoo, and occasionally the description of that video changes, sometimes promoting other channels. As I said, this is the first video still around today, but the Tech It Round claimed there was a video called Contest, which he claimed to be the first known video on YouTube that was deleted afterwards, but this isn't true, like at all. Me at the Zoo was the first video ever on YouTube because it was the test video. Drod uploaded it to a test database which worked, and so he converted it to the live database afterwards. Steve Chen, after selling YouTube, worked with Google Ventures, a part of a Google company that helps with funding for startups in the tech industry. Chad Hurley also has some projects mostly as an investor. He is currently the co-founder of Green Park Sports, part owner of the Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Football Club. And with Drod, he started a new venture, University Ventures, aka Y Ventures. His company focuses on helping first-time entrepreneurs within the internet consumer space. In 2005, YouTube was released as a beta service and quickly became popular, hosting to 30,000 viewers a day in just a few months. In fact, in just over a year, YouTube had over 25 million videos uploaded, gaining 20,000 uploads every single day. Google did try to release their own video platform called Google Video, but it failed. As for YouTube, they struggled to manage the website's requirements and needed to outsource this to Google. This probably helped sway Google to buy YouTube in the first place. YouTube has had great success in many countries. However, there's a few countries that it is banned in, and there shouldn't be any access to YouTube allowed. One of these countries is China, and although there's no official answer to this from what I could find, it is assumed that China has banned YouTube because YouTube will not conform to China's censorship laws. Even with the ban though, YouTube is ranked the 11th most visited site in China according to Alexa. Although YouTube didn't want to censor things for political gain, YouTube did want some control over the content to avoid gaining a negative reputation, which is where the mystical YouTube algorithm comes into play. Originally, YouTube's algorithm favored clicks over anything else. The more views something had, the better it must be, right? Well, no. That ended up having thumbnails of girls in bikinis and content that didn't match the picture. Clickbait was prolific and unavoidable. Nowadays, YouTube's algorithm favors watch time and click-through rate. High clicks and average watch time made a good video. However, master them both like Mr. Beast and Dream has, and you become a master of YouTube. It was around this change that gaming became insanely popular on YouTube. It makes sense. Gaming content is faster to make, anyone can do it, and it's easier to hook viewers in for longer, even potentially creating series for a continuous chain of viewers that will subscribe and eagerly wait for the next episode. But just because the YouTube algorithm favoured these things and gaming was perfect for it, doesn't mean that YouTube was easy to grow on, does it? The simple fact that anyone can do it means that competition also greatly increased and balanced out the playing field, like literally. Today there are over 40 million active gaming channels on YouTube. There are many other niches on YouTube that are oversaturated, in particular list videos, which are not as easy of a video to create than gaming. However, there are articles everywhere with the information which doesn't always get rewritten, but the longest part of any channel is usually the editing. However, many people are starting to automate this process with sites like InVideo that automatically does it all for you. Although these channels might be taking advantage of YouTube, they don't really hurt YouTube. From my experience as a new YouTuber, bots are everywhere. When I was just starting out on YouTube, I was looking forward to getting my first comment, and when I did, I was surprised to say the least. It wasn't hate, which is coming up. It was a bot account with a very weird link. I'm not even going to tell you where that link took me. So yeah, comment bots are all over YouTube and they're just annoying. But hey, it doesn't matter, you can still grow on YouTube. If you're struggling, you can always check out, well, YouTube gurus, if you like. Channels such as Brian G. Johnson or vidIQ, which aim to help you understand YouTube as a creator. But personally, there's one thing I find missing from these channels, and in my opinion it's the most important part, the human side of it. Gotta remember, a lot of your viewers are not bots, many of them will be humans, and if your videos, topics or thumbnails aren't interesting enough on a human level, then your channel is never gonna get anywhere. The one and only YouTuber I found that explains this is Film Booth. When I found him, he was only at about 20,000 subscribers and now he's nearly at 100,000. So I'll put a link to him in the description below. Let's help him get a silver play button, you know, after this video please. Speaking of play buttons, the gold play button was actually released before the silver, meaning people got gold rewards before they got silver. Currently the highest level of award is officially the red diamond play button, obtained after reaching 100 million subscribers. The award is made of dark glass with a triangular red cataract crystal made of gold, barium oxide and sand, all contained inside of a red briefcase. There are currently only 4 YouTube channels that have reached this level of subscribers: T-Series, Cocomelon, Set India and PewDiePie. However, PewDiePie gave his award away recently to a YouTuber, Lizard Lava, as a wedding present, but had thrown away the briefcase prior to this, and jacksucksatlife currently has this proudly on display. You see, Jack is a bit of a collector of YouTube memorabilia, and after failing to get a gold reward, well, one with his name on, before he had earned 1 million subscribers, he was informed of a bypass in the creator reward section of YouTube, managing to obtain a real diamond play button with KSI's name on it. And this is what KSI had to say about the whole thing.
There's only meant to be one! There's only meant to be one of these! What the fuck? No! No! No!
YouTube, obviously realising what had happened, albeit a little late, replaced the link that Jack used with Rick Astley's music video, Never Gonna Give You Up, so anyone using that link would be rickrolled. At least they had a sense of humour about it. You could say this is kinda like an Easter egg now. While YouTube has had many Easter eggs in the past that unfortunately no longer work, like playing Snake while the video buffers, use the Force Luke, and beam me up Scotty. And most recently, the always equal to dislike ratio on the neutral response YouTube Geographic series. Well, if they do still work, then these are the only videos where we actually know the amount of dislikes. Don't worry though, as there are still some Easter eggs that work right now. Try typing the word awesome right now, but not in the search bar. After you've done that, check the video progression bar. It's a rainbow! Numberfast's video about why views always freeze at 301 explains exactly that, which doesn't happen anymore. Nonetheless, YouTube has made this video only have 301 views permanently. And although this one's not done by YouTube, The title of this video by Tom Scott always updates itself to the correct amount of views. Tom wrote his own code to make this happen, and it may stop working at any point, but even at 50 million views, it's still looking good, Tom. YouTube usually organises a celebration video each year called YouTube Rewind. To start with, they were great. However, the 2018 version of Rewind
it's rewind time.
Became the most disliked video on YouTube at 19 million dislikes. In second place is Baby Shark, having 15 million dislikes. Pretty much only because it's close to 10 billion views now, which makes a big difference from 2018 Rewinds having 222 million views. I mean, it's still a lot of views, but it's got to tell you something when that annoying song has 9.8 billion views more and still Rewind is more disliked. Most people agree that the failure of 2018 Rewind was the lack of community, focusing on the face of the company, not addressing the real events that happened that year. So when YouTube announced that 2020 Rewind was cancelled, YouTubers took it upon themselves to create their own YouTube Rewind, including MrBeast, who even started in the same place Will Smith did in the 2018 YouTube Rewind. Only one day after MrBeast released his version, it gained 2.7 million likes and only 17,000 dislikes. I think MrBeast should take over the Rewind series. Let me know what you think. Since TikTok rose in popularity, YouTube decided to compete with them. Their answer was Shorts. Although this tactic to get TikTok viewers over to YouTube, it was also an attempt to get their creators to join as well. Having a platform that functions the same as TikTok, but with better potential for monetization with longer videos as well. Not only is YouTube competing with other video sharing sites, but it has actually been competing with mainstream television for years. In fact, in 2020, people from the US consider YouTube and mainstream television as equally as good. And nowadays, more people are watching YouTube on their TVs. The longest video on YouTube lasts around 24 days to watch the entire thing, created by Jonathan Harchick, which cannot really be broke anymore because the limit has been set to 24 hours, not days. No YouTuber earns a set amount of money per subscriber count. It's all down to views and watch time. 1,000 views to one YouTuber isn't the same as 1,000 views to another YouTuber in terms of money anyway. Some YouTubers gain $1 or less for 1,000 views. These can include gamers, meme channels, along with some others. However, other YouTube channels can earn over $50 or more per 1,000 views. In fact, with Graham Stephan, who runs a finance channel, earned $26,000 for just one video that reached 2.4 million views. To put that into a comparison, jacksucksatlife was extremely happy with his 1 million viewed video that earned over £2,600, which generally speaking is also quite high. The first video with 1 million views was a video from Nike, and it hit 1 million views because it was used as an advertising campaign. With the potential money that is made on YouTube, many YouTubers have set charity events, most famously MrBeast with Team Trees, and more recently Team Seas. However, it's not just MrBeast, where his whole channel revolves around money, challenges and prizes, allowing his channel the ability to display these charity events. Many YouTubers like Game Theorist and PewDiePie have very different channels, but are still very charitable, hosting streams to promote them sometimes, or just in general behind the scenes. YouTube's official channel has reached 32.4 million subscribers, and has recently released a Minecraft animation video to celebrate that YouTube hit 1 trillion views of Minecraft content. Yes, that was 1 trillion. The video was released on the 15th of December in 2021, the exact time I'm recording this right now. And their video honestly feels like YouTube Rewind, but done right, but only with the Minecraft side of YouTube. Anyway, I have a challenge for you now. I bet you can't subscribe before YouTube autoplays the next video. Thanks for watching, goodbye now.